Welcome back to Texas Truck Channel. I'm Brian.
And I'm Craig.
And we've got something that, I'll be honest, I'm pretty darn excited about, and it's because it's a truck. I know, that sounds crazy. It's a car truck. A little background for our viewers. We grew up with something called a Plymouth Scamp GT in our household and a couple El Caminos over the years. We've got a soft spot for things that are car-based but truck capable, and that's what this is right here. Let's start out with Monroney 2024 Ridgeline all-wheel drive Trailsport. I've been excited about this. We had the Trailsport Pilot last year and actually liked it a lot, and it was shockingly capable off-road. Stay tuned for our hill test. We're gonna do the same thing with this. There's a few things you get with this. You get the V6, 280 horsepower with VTEC, baby. It's got the old V6, not the one the current Pilot has. I love that. More importantly, it's to a 9-speed automatic that works very well, and it also has the iVTM 4 all-wheel drive system. What that means is actual torque vector in the rear. So if you're taking a turn, it can send more power to the outside tire to help it handle better. Also means you're on a hill, it can act like a locker when it needs to. That works really well.
And that's specific to the Trailsport.
That is correct. So you can't get it on any other trims of the Ridgeline. So if you get the base or the Sport, you can't do that. So that's really what you're paying for. Now please ignore this sticker. It says $55,995. Well, that's if you were stacking on HPD packages, which this one doesn't have.
We didn't get any of those.
Right, and so I don't think this is the right spec sheet for the vehicle that we have. We've gone to the building price. We can tell you it's $44,980. That's what it is. There is one more option for $250, which is the black letters in the tailgate, so a pinch over that. And honestly, when you look at the features this has compared to other trims of the Ridgeline, the Trailsport doesn't cost that much more, really. They start at $39,000 with no options at all. What does the Trailsport give you, Craig? Most importantly, it gives you orange badging, just like this. This is the Sonic Gray, which looks like a blue to me, chalky blue.
Also specific to the Trailsport?
Yes, it is. So if you get non-Trailsport Ridgelines, you're not getting this color. So I like this color a lot. It works well on it. The Pilot had this, I think, last year as well. Additionally, you get different shocks all around. They're tuned for off-road, but you don't get increased ride height. Ride height is 7.64 inches. Perch angle is 20 degrees, which is nice to actually hit that number. That's better than the Pilot Trailsport. And more importantly, Craig, the biggest mechanical difference I think you're gonna find are the wheel and tire. They're still 18s, 245, 60, 18 general grabber ATs. Look at the tread on this. It's actually really blocky. It'll actually do well in mud and things like that, and it actually grabs rocks like some of our viewers like to point out that all-terrains do. Beyond that, it's not just a look at me package. There is some capability here. Now, this wheel and tire, Craig, what's your feedback on the highway?
It's a little bit of noise, but not much at all.
Surprisingly quiet for how blocky it is, right?
Absolutely.
That's kind of where I'm at. Often we get these off-road packages and we go, man, it'd be great if it had a good tire. Or it'd be great if it had an actual skid plate. Honda, listen, it's not just a look at me package. I'm proud of that. Coming around here, it looks very Pilot-esque, and that's because Pilot, Odyssey, Ridgeline, Passport are all built on the same platform, and it shows. That's the theme going through here. But there's been an effort for truckiness. They've actually added this line, which is not real. Neither is this gasket. This is the same piece of metal, this piece and this piece.
Yeah, you take this gasket out, there's just nothing there. It's
just
all together.
Right, but they want to look more trucky, and they've actually gone through the effort to do that. Maverick doesn't do that. It looks very Ute optically. So of the car trucks, this is the most optical looking truck, I think, because of that. Coming around, we have a shield to keep moisture out of the capless fuel system. Good job, Honda. I actually didn't think it was gonna have that. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, coming out of the back, same wheel and tire, same tail light, and most importantly to me, twin tips, baby. Why have a rip-roaring V6 and not let people know that it's not an EV?
This looks trucky right here.
This looks trucky. The big block letters, that's the $250 option, which I would probably get. Honestly, I think it looks really cool. Another Trailsport badge in the rear, and a proper 2-inch receiver, good for towing 5,000 pounds. That number, Craig, you know what that's for? That's for side-by-sides. That's for boats. That's for utility trailers. If you're gonna tow 5,000 pounds on the nose weekly, maybe get something a little more powerful. If you're gonna tow that monthly, once a month, got you covered, man. It's gonna get it done. Let's hear what this thing sounds like. Okay, I don't know about out here, but inside it sounded pretty darn good. What was it like, Craig?
It sounded like nothing.
Well, I'm sure you can cut something out of that. Let's check out the engine up front. Two styling things I forgot to mention a minute ago. The one quibble I have optically with this is this brow. It looks like an eyebrow on it. It's black. It's always black on all the trims or all the colors for the Trailsport. I'd just make that monochromatic. I think it would kind of go away. Also, the H is huge. This is my hand, for example. That is a big boy, but it's also a sensor. At least you don't have a sensor hanging out that looks weird in a block. So, ooh, it's a steel hood. She's got some weight to her. Let's get the prop rod in here. Look at that, man. Look at that plastic cover. What's under here? Get that out of here. Goodness. This is 3.5 liter VTEC goodness. Good for 280 horsepower, 262 foot-pounds of torque. I know 262 doesn't sound that big for a truck, but with a 9-speed auto, I'm telling you, it gets the job done. It's also a ripper. All that covered, let's check out the interior with Craig. Quick PSA for our viewers. I know a lot of times people will dislike a video because they don't like the car itself. I want to remind you that hurts our channel and is a really big bummer for us. So if you like our show, hit the like button. If you don't like the vehicle, maybe say nothing. Thanks for watching.
Time to check out the interior and bed of the Ridgeline Trailsport. We're not going to get into a lot of Trailsport specific things when we get to the interior. Well, maybe on the inside, but let's check out the tailgate first because this is the trick feature of any Ridgeline. Does not lock. Interesting, Brian. But you know what? This is kind of heavy. There's a solution. See right here, it says release go, which is nice because that's kind of hard to find if you're using. Oh, and it's kind of assisted.
It's like a Ford Country Squire.
And look at
How
this.
cool is
and
that?
now, Brian, I got it locked. Oh well, if this wasn't next to me, if you would walk away with this actually locks when you lock this. It's proximity, so it's actually opening.
So there is lockable storage.
But what's really great is you can put bodies or gear in here.
You can't say bodies. It's not for bodies.
Look, they know it's bodies because they give you a release for the body in case it's alive.
Double release, okay.
But really cool. You can put ice in here and put drinks, and then you can drain right here with a little drain. You got dividers for groceries, that sort of deal. Do not have a full spare tire. But that's it. Look, Brian, it actually is. It's got a rubber gasket.
It's sealed. That's cool.
It's sealed. It's really good. What's really great is you can put stuff in here, and now you're not taking up any space on the inside. So groceries and gear and that sort of, you just put it back here, and it's out of the weather. And it's not taking up space inside the cab. That is really nice. I also like, Brian, check this out. Tie downs up, look, upper and lower tie down in the back in a bed that's not that tall. You would think you'd only get one. Any other manufacturer would only give you one.
And up here.
Right. Now, one thing, interesting you mentioned Tacoma, because one thing you don't get, Brian, is that you get bed rails. Honda doesn't offer that. It's not even as an accessory.
That's interesting.
But you know what fits here perfect? A Tacoma bed rail.
No way. Okay.
All right, there's one more thing back here, Brian, I got to show you. I got more storage back here, lockable dry storage. That's really nice. It's not a whole lot, but you can put something back there, a toe strap or something. Pretty cool.
Honda's packaging game.
Very
handy. They're leading that.
Let's check out the rear seat, Brian. It's not bad right here to start with the door. Not a padded door sill. You do have a nice padded door pull, and that's nice. It doesn't pass through, so you can put your phone there. And look, I love this. They do this in the Pilot and the Passport. A upper level cup holder. That is where you actually need it. It's not way down in the door pocket. That's nice.
And phone holder right here.
Pull the seat up, pull out a little handle. It pops up. You got to actually kind of slam it a little bit. It just latches. It's got these really heavy duty, like the stands when it comes back down.
Clip in here.
Yeah, that clip down in here. It's very nice. You can sleep back here if you needed to.
Well, you could.
You could. You can also get an accessory, put a little bin down in here so you can actually have storage that doesn't slide around. That's pretty cool. Just pull the handle to go back down. There is a little bit of criticism that, look, a Pilot or Passport, there's more rear seat legroom. Why doesn't this have that? Well, it's because it's sacrificing and splitting the difference with the bed, so you have storage back there. But this is actually doable and not bad at all. Mid-size rear trucks, how many do this?
None.
This and that. Rear AC and an armrest. That just doesn't happen in the midsize world. There's it's just not there.
You get one or the other sometimes.
You get one or the other, but not both. We get both here. We get a little charger down here. Old school. This is an old generation vehicle that doesn't have USB-C yet.
Bro.
Oh, look at that.
I fit. And I've got a hat on.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
There's just so much more space back here than there is so many other midsize.
All of the full-size pickup trucks right now, and I mean all of them with sunroofs, I can't do this in.
Fair enough.
Good job, Honda. Good job.
Moving to the front, Brian, let's check out the door, and it's actually, the door sill is padded up here because they know the first-class occupants want that and desire that. Padded armrest, not a pass-through door pull, which is nice. You can put wallets or phones. Little cup holder in the door, and then a bottle holder down below. Well, not a bottle holder, maybe a map holder down below. But, Brian, let's get in here and let's see what happens. And wait a minute. Is this a Pilot or a Passport?
No. It's a Ridgeline.
Oh, it's original. That's right.
Yeah. No, it's also not an auto.
And to your point, Brian, it's a Trailsport Ridgeline. That's one of the other goodies we get. We also get orange stitching here and Trailsport badging down there. And we get orange stitching here. And we also get orange lighting here and in the door. Yeah. So that is all the Trailsport specific stuff. The rest is just a Pilot, Passport, or Ridgeline. That's pretty much it. Let's go drive it.
Deal.
We're in the Honda Ridgeline Trailsport. We've had a Ridgeline before.
We have?
Can't remember what it did then, but go look it up.
First Trailsport ever.
Yes, first Trailsport. General grabber tires. But we get the iVTM 4 whatever thing out back.
Really high-tech torque vector and rear diff.
What modes we got?
We've got sport mode in the transmission. Actually, it's S mode.
Yeah, just S mode.
Doesn't even say sport anywhere in the manual. Traction off, that's it. That's all we can work with. In terms of modes, I tried all of them. There's sand, snow, mud, and normal.
None of those probably going to help.
Normal seems to be the best. Sand, second best.
Are you going to torque load it at all?
Yeah, but it does. You can only load to 1500 RPM. It almost doesn't matter.
All right, hit it.
And dump. Oh, hello.
Oh.
VTEC, baby.
Yes.
5,000, 6,000, 60. Boom.
Oh.
50.
VTEC is awesome.
60 miles an hour. What you got?
Okay, with me in the car, we got mid 7.55.
Respectable.
I think very respectable. What is it, probably a 5,000 pound vehicle, probably?
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
Look, without you in it, 7.1.
Oh, low sevens. Wow.
Low sevens with the off-road spec of it, right?
Yeah, right.
Right, and also
different wheel and tire gets you under 7 probably.
And I know people are typing this. It's based on a minivan. Yeah, you're right. but it's a good minivan.
It's a good minivan.
It's a real good one.
Good V6. Look,
Yeah,
Honda's made this MJ, whatever it is, V6 for years.
Yeah.
It will start off as a 3-liter, now it's 3.5, and they basically still make it now. It's just they took VTEC away.
Well, but this one still has VTEC. That's the thing.
Pour one out for the other ones. But this one, yes, still has it.
Right. So the Pilot that is on sale now has the updated version of this without VTEC. Very sad.
Yeah.
This keeps it, and you can hear it. Craig, you said it off camera a minute ago. It sounds like an old 4-barrel carb when the secondaries open up. It's like, ah! It's very excited to be here.
Awesome.
It's awesome. It's great.
Like it joined the party. You're like, yeah, hello.
I get it. JDM Honda boy dad, this is your truck, man. Not joking about that. All out aside, it really does sound phenomenal. And in the world of turbo 4-poppers, think about the competitors for this. Maverick 2.0 turbo, great engine. Ripper, fun.
Yeah.
Santa Cruz 2.5 turbo, 8-speed dual clutch, also Ripper, also fun. Neither are as exciting as this.
Even though they may be quicker.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I'll say this. I got a question
The
for
Maverick
you.
is quicker, by the way.
Question for you. The Acura MDX, which we all thought was going to get the same motor and that was going to end up in the Pilot, and it didn't. They surprised us
the
with
turbo version.
They surprised us by redoing that. It has a 3-liter turbo.
Right.
Do you wish it had that? Do you think they'll ever do that?
I don't think they will, because this is a JDM comment, not just for Honda alone. They don't always try that hard sometimes because they don't have to, because their market will buy it no matter what. I think that's a mistake, and I wish they would.
Because I'll say this, I wish that 3-liter turbo V6 was in the Pilot and this.
Me too.
As much as I love this VTEC.
And let's just be very blunt. Call it a Type R.
Sure.
I'm
Make
serious.
it sporty. Just make it
sporty
optional.
and charging for it. Make it
the
an
HPD.
option.
The HPD should have that.
HPD,
yeah, whatever.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, all that covered. Let's talk about the ride and drive.
Yes. Because you do have specific shocks.
You have specific off-road shocks, which ride very well.
They do.
They are soft, but they're not wallowy.
I don't know what's specific about them. I guess they handle...
It's valving. That's all it is. It's valving. So really, it's meant to take like impacts on dirt roads better.
Yeah.
So not as jarring.
Which I did take it on dirt roads, and it did okay.
Oh.
Not great. I mean, at speed it was fine, but a jarring impact, you felt it.
Okay, well, this suffers the same thing that most midsiders do, and that's shock travel. Because it's 4-wheel independent, it was never designed to be a Baja truck, so that is a reality.
It's not designed to take dirt roads at 80 miles an hour like maybe some people have.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
All that being said, as a roundabout around town, this is shockingly comfortable. The seats are super cushioned, super comfy, although they're not ventilated, which is a bummer.
I do wish they're ventilated because they do get hot.
They do get hot because they're leather. That's a bummer. Yeah. But ergonomically, it's sound.
Very sound. In fact, this is ergonomic as a Pilot or a Passport.
And with that, I'm going to land on this because I'm not going to call it a truck. I'm going to call it a pickup. This is the most refined and most comfortable pickup on sale today.
Good point.
Meaning Maverick Santa Cruz this.
And let's go back to the pickup thing. You're absolutely right. It's functional. The payload on this is how much? $1,455?
$1,455. That's better than a freaking Power Wagon Ram 2500.
I mean,
that's huge.
You can literally, if you want to go on an overland trip, this is a great vehicle because overland is not about off-roading.
No, it's not.
And this will have you can have all your payload and all your gear, and this will handle it.
And it has more payload than our personal Tacoma.
And you talk about reliable. This is not going to have any problems.
No, it's not. And look, keeping the VTEC does add an amount of charm that you just don't find in any truck right now. Even like Coyote V8s don't have this type of intake noise.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun intake noise.
It's a great intake noise.
And it's not fake.
No, there's no piped in sound, and God bless it for that. All being said, if you're sleeping on this truck, consider it, because if we're being honest, it's all the truck you really need.
And that's that. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, leave us some comments. Let us know why you didn't get the Ridgeline, but also why you really should. See you next time.
We're gonna dust this one off. We've had some requests from some of our OG viewers, and that is to bring back the Hipster score. Let me clarify for those that have never seen the Hipster score, might be newer to us.
Yes.
We used to review cars, and we would give them all a Hipster score, which is not an objective rating of competency or how good it was or how fast it was or whatever. It's simply how hipsters view it in their eyes. All right, ready?
3, 2, 1, 4.
Wait.
I'm right again. This is why we don't do this anymore.
No. It's the crux of trucks.
I understand that. Hipsters don't care about crux.
They care about not looking like a truck, though.
Fair enough. And that's why it's a 4. Look, a truck would normally be like a 2 or 3.
Oh, my God.
This is a high hipster score for a truck. A Maverick would possibly be a 6 because it's hipper. This is a 4, though. It gets a 4 because the packaging, the swing-out tailgate, the storage in the bed. And it's a little bit hipper than a regular truck, but not as hip as maybe a Maverick hybrid.
Okay, so here's where you're wrong, because an EcoBoost 2.7 F-150 is at least a 3 because of its economy alone. A Maverick hybrid is probably a 7 or an 8 because in the pickup world, it's got to be the hipsterist because it's the only hybrid out there. This is just below the Maverick because it is a V6, it's not a hybrid, and it's the off-road version. It's not off-road in like destroy the earth, it's off-road in see the world. See the trail and get you there.
But
it's got some Subaru hints to it.
Fair enough, but we both agree, not as hip as the Maverick.
Yeah, it's not as quirky in that regard, right? There's not like textile patterns in the door and
Right.
DIY 3D print stuff. That,
Right.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll give
Right.
you that. Okay, so
There
we
we go.
all agree it's a 6. Thanks for watching. See you next
4.
time.
Yeah.